So in previous class, we discussed about narrowband FM and wideband FM, and also we discussed about the Carson's rule for the bandwidth. So what is the Carson's rule for the bandwidth? 2 into delta F plus FM. For example, if the modulation, if it is narrowband FM, the modulation index is very, very small, so that the bandwidth will be equal to 2 delta omega. Okay, so that is for the narrow band FM, 2 FM, not delta omega. If it is narrow band FM, so the bandwidth will be equal to delta FM. Okay, so in this class, I'm going to explain you problems on Carson's rule. Okay, so first one, find the bandwidth of a commercial FM transmission if the frequency deviation is 75 kilohertz and the modulating frequency FM is equal to 15 kilohertz. So from the given data, so what is the given data? The modulating frequency FM will be given and the frequency deviation will be given. So what you have to calculate? You have to calculate the bandwidth of a commercial FM. So for the commercial FM, what is the maximum frequency deviation? That is 75 kilohertz. So from the Carson's rule, you can calculate the bandwidth by using the formula 2 into frequency deviation plus the modulating frequency 2 into delta F plus FM. So if you substitute these two values, you will get the bandwidth. Okay, so what is the bandwidth? 180 kilohertz. And another problem, determine the bandwidth of a narrowband FM signal, which is generated by a 4 kilohertz audio signal modulating a 125 megahertz carrier. So from this problem, what is the given data? FM will be given audio signal having the frequency 4 kilohertz and the carrier signal having the frequency 125 megahertz. And what we are going to calculate here, the bandwidth of the narrowband FM. From the Carson's rule, what is the bandwidth of the narrowband FM? That will be equal to 2 FM. So actually this will be the formula. We know that the frequency deviation depending on the modulation index also. For narrowband FM, the modulation index which will be very, very much less than 1, so that the frequency deviation is very small, so that you can neglect the bandwidth will be equal to 2 FM. So for the narrowband FM, the bandwidth will be equal to 2 FM. So just you have to substitute. So modulating signal frequency, charu audio signal frequency. So just that you have to substitute, you will get the bandwidth of the narrowband FM that will be equal to 8 kilohertz. Okay, and another problem, the maximum deviation allowed in a FM broadcast system is 75 kilohertz. Means from this given problem, the frequency deviation will be given, that will be 75 kilohertz. If the modulating signal is a single tone sinusoid of 8 kilohertz, means if it is single tone modulation, means the audio signal contains a single frequency component, that will be 8 kilohertz. FM will be given, that will be 8 kilohertz. Determine the bandwidth of the FM signal. So we know that the formula from the Carson's rule, what is the bandwidth is equal to 2 into delta F plus FM. If you substitute, you will get the bandwidth. And then what will be the bandwidth when the modulating signal amplitude is doubled? So from this formula, we know that here if the amplitude of the modulating signal will be doubled, what will be the bandwidth? That you have to calculate. So we know that the frequency deviation delta F. So delta F is nothing but Kf into Vm. Vm is nothing but amplitude of the message signal. So if the amplitude will be doubled, the frequency deviation also will be doubled. Okay, so from this you can calculate the bandwidth. So what is the bandwidth? The bandwidth also doubled. Okay, so from this you can say when the modulating signal amplitude is doubled, the frequency deviation becomes double. So what is the frequency deviation here? 75 kilohertz, that will be double, that will be equal to 150 kilohertz. Okay, so if you substitute that value there, you will get the bandwidth. you will get the bandwidth. So what will be the bandwidth? It becomes 316 kilohertz. 316 kilohertz. Okay, for example, here the bandwidth, if x of t is an arbitrary signal, means the modulating signal is an arbitrary signal, how can we calculate the bandwidth? Okay, so we know that the bandwidth depends on the frequency deviation. So first you have to calculate the frequency deviation. How can we calculate that frequency deviation? See here, peak frequency deviation corresponding to the maximum possible amplitude. So where the maximum possible amplitude, that you have to calculate the deviation, that will be divided by the maximum frequency component which is present in the modulating signal. Okay, so you can say delta f by fm is nothing but the frequency deviation. And also we discussed about the narrowband FM and wideband FM. For wideband FM, theoretically what we can say, we have infinite number of sidebands, but practically for wideband FM, the number of sidebands will depending on the modulation index. Okay, so the number of sidebands will be depending on the modulation index, so that you will get the number of sidebands. From that number of sidebands, you will get the bandwidth of the wideband FM. Okay, and here is one more problem. A 5 kilohertz audio tone is used to modulate a 50 megahertz carrier, causing a frequency deviation of 20 kilohertz. So what will be the given data here? FM is equal to 5 kilohertz and the carrier frequency is 50 megahertz, and the frequency deviation that will be given 20 kilohertz. What you have to determine? You have to determine the modulation index and the bandwidth of the FM signal. So modulation index you have to calculate, and then you have to calculate the bandwidth of the FM signal. Okay, how can we calculate the modulation index? Delta F by FM. Delta F is 20 kilohertz and FM is 5 kilohertz. So from that you will calculate the modulation index. And how can we calculate the bandwidth of the FM signal? So from the Carson's formula, Carson's rule, you can calculate the bandwidth, that will be equal to 2 into delta F plus FM. But in this problem, the curve will be given. Okay, so from this curve, what is in y-axis here? The bandwidth by deviation, that will be equal to 3.8. That will be equal to 3.8 in y-axis. So if you equal the bandwidth by frequency deviation, that will be equal to 3.8. So what is the bandwidth here? Bandwidth will be equal to 3.8 into deviation. So what is deviation with here? The deviation will be given 20 kilohertz. So if you substitute, you will get the bandwidth. Okay, so this is the curve. Okay, for this problem. And next, on the same problem, determine the frequency of the modulating signal which is producing an FM signal having bandwidth. So ikkada manam FM calculate cheyali. Frequency of the modulating signal you have to calculate, and the bandwidth of the FM signal will be given 50 kilohertz when the frequency deviation of the FM signal is 10 kilohertz. And ikkada em icharu? Deviation icharu, bandwidth icharu, and what you are going to calculate here? The modulating signal frequency, FM, that you have to calculate. So how can you calculate FM? We can relate the modulation index and the frequency of the modulating signal. Okay, so you have to calculate the frequency of the modulating signal here. FM is equal to delta F by modulation index. Delta F by modulation index. From the given data, delta F is the known value, but you have to calculate the modulation index. How can you calculate the modulation index? So from the formula, you can calculate the modulation index. So here the modulation index will be equal to 2. What is the modulation index here? That will be equal to 2. So here the bandwidth by delta F factor, that will be equal to 5. So bandwidth is known value, and the delta F frequency deviation, that is 1 kilohertz, you will get 50 here, right? You will get 50 here. And from the figure, we can say this is the modulation index from the x-axis. That will be given 2. That will be given 2. So how can you calculate the modulation index is equal to delta F by FM. Delta F by FM. Right? So FM is equal to delta F by modulation index. So what is delta F here? 1 kilohertz you have to substitute. This is not 10 kilohertz. 1 kilohertz you have to substitute. 1 kilohertz divided by 2. You will get 0 0.5 kilohertz. That is the modulating frequency. So here is the problem. The frequency deviation will be given as 1 kilohertz, not 10 kilohertz. Okay. And the multi-tone frequency modulation. In previous class, we discussed about the single tone frequency modulation. We know that if the modulating signal contains a single frequency component, that we assuming as omega m. In this case, we are assuming the modulating signal contains multiple frequency components. So just we are assuming omega 1 and omega 2 are the two different frequencies, which these frequencies corresponding to the modulating signal x of t. All right. So we know that what is the standard expression for the FM wave AC into cos of omega ct plus kf into integral 0 to t x of t into dt. So what is x of t here? A1 cos omega 1 t, A2 cos omega 2 t. You have to substitute. So finally what you will get? Ikkada varaku manki same. And finally here, if you integrate the first term, what you will get here? A1 by omega 1 into sine omega 1 t. So like this you will get. And A2 kf by omega 2 into sine omega 2 t. And A1 into kf divided by omega 1. This one is nothing but the modulation index. You can write this one as M1 and M2. You can represent the modulation index. Kf ante frequency sensitivity factor, and this constant into frequency sensitivity, what we call it as the frequency deviation, right? Okay. So in case of kf into integration of x of t, you have to substitute m1 sine omega 1 t, m2 sine omega 2 into t. So that is the standard expression for the multi-tone frequency modulation. M1, M2 are the modulation indexes. And you can write the S of t. It contains only the real part, right? So you can write the real part of the e power j omega ct plus m1 sine omega 1t, m2 sine omega tt. So it contains only the real part. Okay, so that real part you can write in complex function. And next, these are the graphical representations in this multi-tone frequency modulation. If the modulation index will be equal to 1 and the frequency sensitivity factor is 5 kilohertz, so what will be the FM and how many number of sidebands we will get? So these are the graphical representations. So depending on the modulation index, the number of sidebands will vary. Okay. And for example, if it is wideband FM, for wideband FM, you can represent it in a periodic function, right? So manaki Bessel function yokka argument, Bessel function with respect to the argument of modulation index vastundi. So in similar way, you can write. ఓకే. అండ్ ద స్క్వేర్ వేవ్ మాడ్యులేషన్. సో, స్క్వేర్ వేవ్ మాడ్యులేషన్ అంటే ఏం లేదు. ఇంతకుముందు మనం తీసుకున్న మాడ్యులేటింగ్ సిగ్నల్ అనేది సైనూసోయిడల్ సిగ్నల్ అని తీసుకున్నాము. ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఇఫ్ వి అస్యూమ్ దట్ మాడ్యులేటింగ్ సిగ్నల్ ఈజ్ ఎ సైన్ వేవ్. సో, ఇంటిగ్రేషన్ ఆఫ్ సైన్ ఏమవుతుంది మనకి ఇఫ్ వి యూజ్ ఇఫ్ వి ఇంటిగ్రేట్ ఏ స్క్వేర్ వేవ్, వాట్ యూ విల్ గెట్? You will get the triangular wave. So these are the waveforms. For example, if we consider x of t is a square wave, so after the integration you will get the triangular wave at its output. Okay, so this triangular wave function is a periodic function, so you can write it in Fourier series expansion. So this will be the Fourier series expansion. So in similar way you can derive the Fourier series coefficient equations also. Okay, when if the modulating signal is a square wave. So from the standard expression, what we have to do, we have to integrate this modulating signal. So we have to integrate that square wave. If we integrate that square wave, what will be the output? That is the triangular wave. So if it is a square wave, that is also a periodic function, so that you can represent it in Fourier series expansion. Okay. And linearization ఇది ఏం అవసరం లేదమ్మా. నెక్స్ట్ phase modulation. We know that the standard expression for the phase modulated wave. So what is the standard expression? A into cos of omega ct plus what you have to write here? Kp into m of t. Right, m of t is nothing but x of t. Kp is nothing but phase sensitivity coefficient or phase sensitivity factor, and x of t is nothing but message signal m of t. You can write Vm cos omega m into t, so that you can write. So this is the standard expression for the phase modulated wave. And this is the relation between the FM and PM. So you can derive the relation between the frequency modulation and phase modulation. Okay, so what we are doing here is nothing but just we differentiating this equation, this one. So omega I ki deeniki relation kosam, we know that the angular frequency and the phase angle relation, that will be equal to the differentiation. So if you differentiate this one, what you will get? You will get omega c minus kp into Vm omega m sin omega t. Okay, and from this you can write for the PM, the what will be the maximum frequency deviation? This constant term we are considering as the maximum phase deviation. Maximum phase deviation. And we know that the formula for the frequency deviation, that will be kf into Vm. So instead of that, you have to substitute, you will get the relation between the frequency sensitivity and the phase sensitivity. So frequency sensitivity factor will be equal to Kp into omega m. And this will be the bandwidth of the phase modulated wave. Okay, for example, if it is narrow band FM, what will be the bandwidth there? 2 FM. Okay, and here the bandwidth of the phase modulated wave, that will be equal to 2 into Kp Vm omega m. Okay, so twice the phase deviation. Okay, and here are the some problems here. A baseband or modulating signal x of t will be given. That angle modulates a carrier signal a cos omega ct. Determine the modulation index and bandwidth for the FM system and PM system, and find the change in bandwidth and modulation index for both the FM and PM if the modulating signal frequency is reduced to 5 kilohertz. అంటే ఇక్కడ మనకి మెసేజ్ సిగ్నల్ ఇచ్చారు ఈ డేటాలో, ఎక్స్ ఆఫ్ టీ ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు 5 ఇంటూ అని ఇచ్చారు కాబట్టి దిస్ ఈస్ ద పీక్ యాంప్లిట్యూడ్ ఆఫ్ ద మెసేజ్ సిగ్నల్ అండ్ దిస్ విల్ బి ద ఫ్రీక్వెన్సీ. ఓకే, సో దాన్ని క్యారియర్ సిగ్నల్ ఏ కాస్ ఒమేగా సిటీతో మనం యాంగిల్ మాడ్యులేషన్ చేస్తున్నాము. అండ్ ఇక్కడ ఉన్న ఫ్రీక్వెన్సీని కనుక మనము 5 కిలో హెడ్జ్ కనుక రెడ్యూస్ చేస్తే, So what is the change in the bandwidth and modulation index that you have to calculate? And here what we are assuming here, you have to assume the frequency sensitivity factor and the phase sensitivity factor that will be equal to 15 kilohertz per volt. Adi assume cheskoni find out cheyamannaru. Okay, so from the given problem, what will be the given data? The peak amplitude of the modulating signal will be given, that will be equal to 5 volts, and the modulating frequency will be equal to 15 kilohertz. And in first problem, what you have to determine? You have to determine the modulation index and bandwidth for the FM and PM. So first you have to calculate the modulation index. What will be the formula? Modulation index equal to delta F by FM. FM is known value and delta F is unknown value, frequency deviation. We know that the frequency deviation is equal to KF into VM. So KF assume చేసుకున్నాము, VM ఉంది. So if you substitute, you will get the frequency deviation. From that frequency deviation, you can calculate the modulation index of the FM. And according to Carson's rule, what will be the bandwidth? 2 into delta F plus FM. So if you substitute, you will get the bandwidth. And then you have to calculate the modulation index and bandwidth for the PM system. Okay, so we know that the relation between the we know that the modulation index and the frequency deviation. So how can we calculate the frequency deviation for this PM system, for phase modulated system? That will be depending on KP into VM into FM. So this will be the formula that we discussed in last topic. So if you substitute, you will get the frequency deviation in the phase modulated system, and also the bandwidth. If the frequency deviation will be changed, so the bandwidth also changed. So you can compare both FM and PM system. The bandwidth will be increased in the phase modulated system. You will get the very large bandwidth. Okay. And in next case, what you have to calculate here, the modulating signal frequency will be reduced to 5 kilohertz. How this reduced modulating frequency affects the frequency deviation and also the bandwidth? Okay, so we know that bandwidth is equal to 2 into delta F plus FM. If the modulating signal frequency will be reduced to 5 kilohertz, what is the modulation index? Modulation index equal to 15 here. All right. So here you can observe in previous problem, the modulation index is 5, but in this problem, the modulation index will be increased. If the modulation index will be increased, and how is the bandwidth here? The bandwidth is equal to 160 kilohertz, and here the bandwidth is equal to 180 kilohertz. So here the bandwidth will be reduced slightly. ఓకే, అంటే ఇక్కడ ఏమవుతుంది, మనము మాడ్యులేటింగ్ సిగ్నల్ ఫ్రీక్వెన్సీని రెడ్యూస్ చేసినట్లయితే మనకి బ్యాండ్ విడ్త్ అనేది రెడ్యూస్ అవుతుంది, అండ్ మాడ్యులేషన్ ఇండెక్స్ ఆల్సో మనకి చేంజ్ అవుతుంది. And PM system also you have to calculate, and you can compare the both the cases 1 and 2, how the frequency deviation in phase system and how is the bandwidth of the phase modulated system, so that you can clearly observe. Okay, so here the bandwidth of the phase modulated system. What is the bandwidth here? 2250 megahertz. And here the bandwidth will be reduced. Here the bandwidth will be reduced. And these are the performance comparisons of the FM and PM systems. We know that the standard expressions, and here we are going to integrate the modulating signal. After integration, you will get this one, right? So single tone FM lo manam derive chesamu, and here also you can write the expression for the phase modulated wave. So these two are the standard expressions. And here the frequency deviation delta F will be proportional to the modulating voltage, and here the phase deviation also proportional to the modulating voltage. And here the change in FC, there will be the some phase change. If we change the carrier frequency, there will be the phase change. But here the changes in phase, there is some changes in also the carrier frequency. Here the modulation index will be proportional to, what is modulation index? That will be equal to delta F by FM, right? So this will be proportional to the frequency deviation and also the modulating frequency. And here also the phase deviation will only depending on the modulating voltage only. So here it will be depending on the modulating frequency, and here it will depending on the modulating voltage only. So we can receive by using phase modulator or demodulator, you can receive both FM and PM, and here also you can receive both FM and PM. And here the noise immunity is better than in AM. Here also the noise immunity is better than in AM, but worse in FM. వర్స్ దాన్ ఇన్ ఎఫ్ఎం తో కంపేర్ చేస్తే దీంట్లో నాయిస్ ఇమ్యూనిటీ అనేది తక్కువగానే ఉంటుంది. అండ్ యాంప్లిట్యూడ్ ఆఫ్ ద ఎఫ్ఎం వేవ్ ఈస్ కాన్స్టెంట్. ఇన్ హియర్ పిఎం వేవ్ యాంప్లిట్యూడ్ ఆల్సో కాన్స్టెంట్. అండ్ హియర్ ద సిగ్నల్ టు నాయిస్ రేషియో విల్ బి బెటర్ వెన్ కంపేర్డ్ టు ద phase modulated wave. Okay. And FM is widely used when compared to other modulation systems. And here the frequency deviation delta F is equal to KF into VM. We know that the formula. So from that formula, we can say the frequency deviation is proportional to the modulating voltage. Okay, so here in phase modulation, the frequency deviation is proportional to both the modulating voltage and the modulating frequency. Okay, so one more problem here. An AFM wave is represented by the following equation. So this is the FM wave expression. So you have to compare this expression with the standard FM expression and determine the following carrier and modulating frequencies. So this is the peak amplitude of the carrier, and omega CT, this will be the carrier frequency. Omega C is equal to 5 into 10 power 8 hertz. And FM, here FM is nothing but modulating frequency, that will be 1250 hertz. What you are going to calculate carrier and modulating frequencies, so you can write it in normal hertz frequencies, not in angular frequency. You can write in hertz. And in second one, what you have to calculate the modulation index and the maximum deviation. So here, what is the modulation index MF? If you compare with this original expression, the modulation index will be equal to 4. And you have to calculate the maximum deviation. So from this modulation index, what is the formula? Delta F by FM. Delta F is equal to modulation index into FM. Modulation index is known value, FM is known value. You can calculate the deviation. And here the power dissipated by this FM wave in a 5 omega resistor. What you have to calculate? You have to calculate the power. What will be the power? V square RMS by R. V square RMS is nothing but Vm by root 2. What is the peak value here? 10. 10 divided by root 2 whole square divided by R. Okay. So